Hey there, this is Kimberly Inez Mays, and I have a question for you. Have you created your app yet? And if you haven't, then you might want to stay tuned. And if you're watching me, you may have seen or may see that I am in an alternate location today. And that is because, oops, just checking my mic. That is because I decided to go to the park today. It's a lovely day in October. The leaves are starting to turn. The air is crisp, but it's not cold. So I'm going to go take a walk later, and I'm going to probably record some stuff out there. But what I wanted to talk about is creating an app and what you need to know before you do so. And before I kind of share what I've been working on, I just want to introduce myself or reintroduce myself if you don't know me. So my name is Kimberly Inez Mays. I demystify technology for service-based businesses so that they can stop duct taping their systems together and start scaling with confidence. And I do so through marketing, automation, and AI, right? So, love AI, love all things AI. So, I wanted to kind of take you behind the scenes of how I kind of work, and I may splice this in with just a working video of how I create applications or mini apps. And it's so easy to do so. We have so many options. We have Lovable, Bolt, we have Replit that I've used, Cursor is another one. There is Google AI Studio. You can also do some stuff in Manus. You can also do some stuff in Airtable. So if this sounds overwhelming or if you've never heard of these tools before, don't worry. Like I say before, I teach the technique, not the tool. So if you are wondering which tool to use all of them for free and see what works for you. But I think that if you have a plan first, it's a lot easier to then go into a tool and do something. Um, so I introduced myself and I talked about the tools. And I just want to talk about where I am for a second. So I'm in my car at the park and I have a little office situation going on in here. So you see, I have a desk that I'm currently not using. I have my power bank, which is useless to me at the moment because I forgot to charge it last night. I left it in the car. And of course, I have my laptop and a few other things. So because I did not have my hotspot hooked up, I may not have wireless right now as of this recording, but I will show you later how I make my app. But to make an app, you have to start with the end in mind, right? And you have to start with a simple end in mind. What are you trying to achieve with this app? Are you trying to achieve efficiency? Are you trying to achieve an outline, an image, a piece of copy? Like, what is it? What does it look like when it's all done? And just pick one thing, because as you pick multiple outcomes, the scale and scope of your app is going to grow, and it's going to be harder to troubleshoot and roll back your code should something break. So for me, I'm going to show you the app that I created. And because I can't literally show you right now because I'm offline, I'm just going to tell you about it and then I'm going to show you a little bit later. Maybe I'll splice this with something else. So, what I created was a small application that will take a transcript of my videos, and I take that transcript and I make it into multiple pieces of content. Why I do that is because content creation can take a long time if you think that you have to create multiple pieces of content, unique pieces of content all the time. So if you are a service-based business, namely a coach, a speaker, author, whatever, and you are very comfortable in front of the camera, you can definitely turn a lot of your video content into other forms of content. You can turn it into written content, you can turn it into a blog, you can turn it into shorts, reels, snippets. You can do so much with it. And doing that with AI is great. You know, you can always do it with ChatGPT, take your transcript of your video and then say, hey, I want a blog, I want quotes, I want carousels, I want a YouTube description, I want this, I want that. But what happens when you start doing these things over and over again? It becomes really repetitive, right? And then it seems like you're spending all your day inside of AI, inside of ChatGPT or whatever large language model you use, instead of actually saving time. And that's where the app comes in, for me, at least. So I have two ways of automating this work. Number one is by creating a custom GPT that will do one after the other after I feed it the transcript, and it will check in with me to see if I like what it's produced before moving on. And then it saves it to a location. And then what I did is I said, this is great, but I don't want to be reliant on ChatGPT all the time for my content creation. So what I did is I created an app that I put my transcript in, and I put and I also put not only the transcript, but what I wanted to focus on for the entire content flow inside another field. And then what I did was have it walk step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to give me multiple pieces of content and to give me an image prompt at the end that I can use to make my thumbnails. And it turns out I still like making thumbnails manually in Canva, so I might not use that, but that is something that you can do. And the reason why it may not sound impressive is because it doesn't do a million things, but it does one thing very well, and that's to take the transcript and literally use the instructions step by step to take my transcript. First, it makes a description, and that description is what I can put into social media posts, YouTube, or whatever, and that is able to be saved. And then it goes on to create my YouTube description with chapters and titles and timestamps. Then it can turn it into quotes. So if you see a quote post from me, chances are I said it in a video somewhere, and you can then take that, and then I made that into an email. So I just copy and paste the email that comes out of the video, and then I can also specify what my call to action will be and put that into my email marketing platform. And I apologize if the camera's shaking, it's a little windy out here. And then lastly, I will create my LinkedIn post from it. So I have like 7 pieces of content automatically from one piece of content, and I created an app to do that. Now, the point isn't exactly the app that I created. What the point that I'm trying to make in this video is that if you identify a problem, identify something that will remove and suck up your time, that you do over and over, and find a way to automate that one thing. Right now I've saved at least 2 hours of work every single week, right? So I just make my videos, do what I do, and then take the transcript, and then I put the transcript into the app that I created. Now, how did I create an app? So you could do this with Lovable, which a lot of people like. I think it's a very good one for entry level creators. Then there's also Replit, which I've used before, and Replit's a little bit more complex, a little bit more involved, but it's totally doable. I built mine in Manus. Manus is great as well, and I can't endorse one over the other because as of this recording, they could be coming out with a feature that might be available as soon as I press stop, right? So I can't tell you which one to use. I can only say just try them all. And you can try them all with a free trial. You can try them. You have certain number of processing minutes or a certain number of bandwidth that you can use per month to make your calls for it to design your app for you. And what I say is start very simple. Start by doing one thing. A lot of people want to automate creating social media posts. That's what I've seen too. What's what other people want to automate that I've seen before? I'm trying to think. They also want to automate, drawing a blank, maybe document reviews, maybe summaries, maybe they want to automate, they want to pull things out of things that they've already created, right? I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right now. But think of that one thing that you do over and over and say, can I create a little app, a little shortcut, little secret to do that one thing? This reminds me of a story, and I'm going to tell this story to way back in the day when I worked in email marketing. There was a campaign that I needed to put together. It's an email campaign, and it was multiple pieces of content for a hotel, and it came in a gigantic spreadsheet. And what we needed to do was take the content out of this spreadsheet, put it into our system individually as individual components or modules. And then we needed to do that for 3 different types of content, for HTML, for plain text, and for rich text. And it was very repetitive because this Excel sheet had many rows. So if you could think of copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and to do that error free was quite difficult. I did that the first month of this campaign, and then the second month of the campaign, I said, no, there needs to be something different. So I went into Visual Basic for developers. I went to the VBA code within Excel, and I created code that would loop through each of the rows and take the content and make individual files on my computer, then at which I can then upload to the system, and those files would be done within seconds of me just pressing run. And then I would have all of my files. So that saved at least 3 hours of work for that campaign. So I know that that was a story that I shared that happened, or that I a solution that I created many, many years ago. But I still say that that mindset is the same thing that's going to help you as you create apps with AI, as you create anything with AI, really. I don't think that AI is a magic genie in which, you tell it to do something and it's going to be automatically awesome, right? You're going to get mistakes. You're going to get hallucinations. You're going to get buggy code. You're going to get stuff, but it's also garbage in, garbage out. You need to know how to create and refine your input. You need to know how to give it proper context, and you need to know when to stop. That's important too. You need to know when to stop and say, all right, this is the scope, or this is what I'm going to do with my application, or this is what I'm going to do with the solution, and then just launch it. And launch it for yourself, launch it for your team, launch it for your business. I always believe in low stakes introductions to technology. That's why when I teach AI, I always teach it like, okay, create something that is going to solve a problem day over day. It could be deciding what to eat in the morning, or finding your matching socks, or whatever the case may be, right? Keep it very simple, keep it light and low lift, and then get your quick wins. Get your quick wins. All right, so I will show you what I created another time when I can get online. But I just wanted to say that you are, sorry, I got distracted by barking dog. You are capable of creating, right? And if this is an area that you need help with within your business or your team, definitely book an automation insight session. It's a free 30-minute session with me. We can go over what works, what doesn't work, where you want to be, and then how I can best support you. And if you have a couple of minutes, take the AI Systems Scorecard quiz, or assessment, as I like to call it. Take that. That is also going to be a quick 5-minute assessment to know where you and your team are when it comes to using marketing automation technology and systematizing your business. It'll only take you 45 seconds. I made it short on purpose. Oh, my gosh, I hope there's not a bee in this car. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. All right, so I'm going to close this out, start my day, do my hike, do my walk, and take you with me. So, all right, I will talk to you later. Bye. Okay, on my walk, I just saw a family, about 4 deer. So they are more afraid of me, and I'm not afraid of them at all. But I decided to respect their space because they're just trying to enjoy the day just like everyone else. So I just let them chill, let them be. But yeah, it's about